In this part 2, we're going to take a look at how to do the actual project part of the project. In part 1, I showed you where the project was and the instructions. So you click on Lessons, uh, and in Lessons, of course, you'll go to the Local Government Meeting Project Dropbox. So you click on that, and here's what we talked about. Of course, the dates and stuff are going to be a little bit different. When we clicked and you scroll down and we looked at this in part 1, part 2, we're going to take a look at the meeting observation questions. So you want to click that. Click the link there, and it's going to bring it up eventually, 2, 1, and here they are. It's an Adobe Acrobat Reader, and you'll see it says Meeting Observation Guide. Now, I've been using this same project for a number of years now, and I've always had a little difficulty with students not quite grasping what these instructions mean, and maybe it's because I haven't explained them very well. So here's the Meeting Observation Guide. When you want to take this guide along with you to local government, I'd look over the questions before you go, and so you know what you're looking for at the meeting. They're pretty basic, pretty simple questions. You have your notepad, so you'll sit there and take some notes during the meeting. It's definitely beneficial if you can get a copy of the minutes after the meeting, because if you have a copy of the agenda when you go in, sometimes I'll hand it out. Sometimes you'll have to print out the agenda before you go from the government's website. If you have the agenda, it helps you follow, and you can just take notes based on what's going on. If you have a copy of the minutes after, and usually they do them like within a week or so after the meeting, maybe 2 weeks, at least before the next meeting. What you'll have then is you'll actually have the city secretary or the county or the school district secretary, whoever took notes, whoever took the minutes at the local government meeting will give a copy, and you can see what happened at the meeting. So it'll make it a whole lot easier to follow as you write up your project. So you're going to take this sheet with you. It's actually a 2-pager, I think. Let's take a look. Yep, 1 to 2 pages. In preparing your paper for submission, please type your name in the upper right corner of the first page of your paper. So I use Microsoft Word. You can use whatever word processing program you want to. Remembering, of course, that if you're not using Microsoft Word, you'll have to save as another format. So as you save as another format, the format you want to save it as is rich text format. And I always recommend that you save it with like your last name, LG project, and then you save, and it will save it. So you type your name in the upper right corner. How do you do that? Well, the easiest way is to align text right, type in your name. I usually use my full name. If at least have your last name there. But you don't have to use your full name. You can use your first name, whatever nickname you use, as long as I can match it up. I don't like the student number that sort of depersonalizes the class. But if you just type, you go by Skip usually, so Skip Roush. I usually go by Dave, so it'd be Dave Roush. But when I type up things formally, I usually use my full name. So you press the Enter key twice to skip down 2 spots. And then you want to type in some sort of title. You could talk about, let's say I went to the Canyon City Commission. So you don't even need to use the name of the organization. I'd put the title in bold, getting rid of the caps lock, Meeting Observations. Turn off the bold, skip down 2 more, reposition your cursor over to the right. Now, the instructions say, I recommend typing each question followed by your observation that answers that question. A lot of students want to make it harder on themselves by typing an essay. It makes it a whole lot easier, I think, to make sure that you have all the information by just doing question and answer format. So the first question is the official name of the governmental body that you observed. Turn off the bold, space down, and you can indent like 3 or so by using the little indent thing on the ruler up there. And so let's say I went to Canyon City Commission, I would type Canyon City Commission. If I went to the Canyon School Board, the official name is the Board of Trustees of the Canyon Independent School District. That's all I need right there. I need to know where you went, what was the name of the local government body. You can find that. If you don't know what it is, ask. Ask somebody at the meeting. Ask the members of the body. Just ask. It'll be on the website. Typically, in Texas at least, school boards are called boards of trustees. Amarillo College has a Board of Regents, the Amarillo College Board of Regents. Uh, Randall County Commissioners Court will be the Randall County Commissioners Court, Randall County Commissioners. Uh, skip down twice, move your little cursor thing back over, and then I would type the second question. And let's see, what is the second question? The date and location of the meeting. So this would be put it in bold. It makes it a little easier to find. The date and location of the meeting. Again, scooch it over. The date and location, this would be Monday, November 2nd. Actually, I think November 1st is actually it's actually Halloween. Monday, October 31st. Location of the meeting, if it's a Canyon Independent School District, would be the Canyon ISD Central Administration offices. It also, for school boards in particular, but even other bodies will move. School boards will sometimes meet at the local school. So let's say, for example, that they're going to give an award to the Teacher of the Year, and the Teacher of the Year teaches at River Bend Elementary. You just type in River, the date, Monday, October 31st, River Bend Elementary School Library, or School Auditorium, or what do they call them? Cafeteriums? Cafeterianasium? Whatever they call that, whatever office, building, wherever they're meeting. So then the third question, what time did the meeting start? You can just move your cursor back. Time meeting started. Indent again. Time meeting started would be, I don't know, 6:34 p.m. Central Time. The reason why I'm asking some of these questions is later, as we'll see, this last item up here that says you will want to focus on the last question in your submission. Some of these, political science, we observe things. I like to think of myself as being an empiricist. Someone who's an empiricist observes things, notes what they observed, and then tries to find patterns in different observations. Now, what would be nice is if you went to several local government meetings and you could observe the differences. I'm not that mean a guy, I don't think. I just make you go to one. But you're still going to record your observations. It's very much like any science where you record, the water going up in the lake, the water going down. You take measurements, the wind speed, the temperature. What you've done here is then recorded everything. How many members of the body were female, African American, Hispanic? One of the interesting things to note is, let's say, for example, you find that none of the members of the local government body you observed are Hispanic, yet half the audience is Hispanic. How many in the audience were not white or Anglo? That's an interesting observation, and you might want to ponder that for a minute. Is that unusual? Do you think that's the way it should be? Is that a concern to you? Is it not a concern? One of the things is how many people were in the audience. I've had students who go to local government meetings and they're the only person in the audience. Is that normal? Shouldn't everybody in town, in the community, in the school district, in the county, be attending the local government meeting? One of the things I ask, were any members of the media in attendance? First of all, if they were in attendance, you have a nice record of the meeting. They'll either put it on the TV news that night or the next morning, the radio. They'll put it in the newspaper. But what I'm getting at is this last question here. How closely did your experience reflect what you have learned about local governments and the boards and commissions that oversee local governments? You're the only person in the audience. Does that bother you, that you're the only person there? Is that normal? Alternatively, you go to this local government meeting and there's 1,000 people sitting in the audience. You didn't even think there's 1,000 people that live in your town. Is that normal? What's the deal? What's going on? Maybe they're trying, the school district's trying to fire the football coach, or they're trying to hire a new football coach, and they don't like the people in the community don't like the person they're looking at hiring. Something odd is going on. What causes people to attend local government meetings? I expect this answer to be by far the longest, several paragraphs. Be a nice meaty answer. This last question is really what I'm focusing on for grading. Thank you.